so much. First of all, Happy New Year, everyone. And if this is your first time on my channel, hi, my name is Bimbo. Thank you so much for joining me for Wednesday Word, where I share like biblical / practical everyday advice for how to live and be happy, I guess. And so clearly the word for this week is goals, which makes sense because it's a new year and everybody's out here trying to be on their grind, trying to, get their hustle in, whether it's graduating this year, whether it's getting a new job this year, whether it's getting healthy this year. It seems like all around us people have different goals. So I just want to talk a little bit about that word and give us a little bit of advice maybe from the Bible and share some of my goals with you guys. So let's go ahead and pray and get started right away. Dear God, I just want to thank you so much for all that you've done. I thank you for bringing everyone to this channel and this video, and I pray that you bless whoever's watching this video right now. Help us as we make our goals for this new year, and help us to include you each step of the way. I ask these things in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. All right, so as I said before, our word for the week is goals. And I'm very, very excited for the new year. I'm a very goal-oriented person. So let me just say, I'm one of those people who loves just creating goals and achieving things. So, other people are super cynical about New Year's resolutions. I actually get super excited about them because I feel like, when you have a goal and you reach it, there's nothing better than that feeling of saying, hey, I've accomplished this. I can do something, Especially when it's a super positive goal that helps yourself or those around you. So let's go ahead and get started by reading our Bible verse for the week. The verse for the week is Psalms 121, verses 1 and 2. I lift up my eyes to the hill. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Now, I know that seems like an interesting, weird verse to choose for the word of the week goals, because it's like, why are you talking about God being your helper? But I think it's the perfect verse because honestly, guys, if there's anything I learned in 2015, it was that I am a hot mess, and I need a whole lot of God to help me not be a hot mess 24/7. And so that's my mantra for this next year, is just giving it to God and surrendering all my plans to God and letting Him help me achieve whatever it is He's called me to achieve. So my 3 goals this year are to pray more intentionally, to go back to Zimbabwe with my nonprofit, and also to run a half marathon. So those are my 3 goals. Now I'm gonna go through 3 ways that you and I can both reach our goals this year, because I have a little bit of experience with setting goals and reaching them. I think we all kind of do to a point. If you either graduated from school, if you ever got a job you wanted, if you you ever got a relationship you wanted. I mean, I don't know, there's all sorts of different goals you can have, but I think we all kind of have a little bit of experience, but I just want to highlight what things you can really do to make sure you succeed. So the very first thing you need to do when you have a goal is to write it down. Oh my goodness, I cannot say this enough. There's so many studies on just statistically, if you write something down and you say, I want to do this, you do it. You're way more likely to do it. So you guys already know who I am. I don't know where I set my planner. Oh, give me just 1 second. So you guys already know who I am. I believe in a planner. I believe in writing down everything. And with running a half marathon, clearly I have to have a workout plan. So whatever your goal is, whether it's to graduate this year, whether it's to lose weight, whatever it is, start by writing it down, dude, because you can't keep it all in your mind. My second piece of advice, if you want to reach your goal, is to surround yourself with other people who are goal-oriented. Now, they may not have the same exact goal for you as you do. Not all my friends want to go to Zimbabwe, but I do have a lot of friends that are interested in mission work and interested in, making the world a better place. And so when you hang around positive people who are also going somewhere with their life, it actually encourages you to not just, sleep in and watch 5 seasons on Netflix, which, no judgment, because I've been doing that lately, because I digress. This is completely unrelated to anything, but I just had my wisdom teeth taken out. So I've been watching a lot of Netflix, okay? So no judgment on people who do that. That was a very convoluted way to just say be friends with good people. And or encourage your friends. I don't know where I was going with that, guys. I really don't know. It was supposed to be super profound, but we're gonna move on to number 3 because sometimes these Wednesday words don't always go as I planned. All right, my third piece of advice is definitely just do it. Like, this is the biggest thing about goals, is you will waste all day every day planning your goals and surrounding yourself with great people, and I see so many people just not achieve their goals because they just don't do it. Like, I really wanted to go to Zimbabwe last year, and I feel like God put that burden in my heart, and I just did it. Like, one day I woke up, I started asking my friends for money, and like, boom, in June, I found myself in Zimbabwe digging a well. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't digging the well. Other people were drilling for the water. But I say that to say, it's not that hard to do things. What's harder is just sitting there in fear and saying, oh no, what if this fails? Okay, so what if I don't run a half marathon this year? What if I end up walking the half marathon? At least I would have done it, you know what I mean? I think the biggest thing about life and goals is just doing them. I want to go back to the verse that I started with, which was that this verse in Psalm 121 verses 1 and 2, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. Perhaps the most humbling lesson of 2015 for me was I'm not strong. I came back from Zimbabwe and I was actually very like soul searching. I don't know if any of you guys have ever gone through this. And I realized, you know, who I was as a human. I'm just going to be like completely honest. I ended up going to counseling for a little bit just because I was going through like a season of depression. You know, I wasn't like clinically depressed, but I was very low because I just had seen a lot, and the trip really affected me and made me very humbled. But I'm saying that to say, you can have all the goals you want in the world. And there's that childhood song we sing in Sabbath school at church, which is like, the wise man built his house upon the rock. The wise man built his house upon the rock. And the rain came tumbling down. The rain came down. You know, but the song talks about how your house will stand if you're firmly built on Christ. So I guess that's my point in all this ranting. And every single Wednesday word I'm going to make this year is make your plans, make your goals, you know, be, what was one of my words? Be dauntless. Be, you know, you can figure out the ways to handle all the craziness in your life, but if you don't have God as your foundation, it will all crumble. So, yeah, man, I just got all in my feelings right there, but I do love you guys. I'm so glad to be back on YouTube. As always, comment, like, subscribe. I am going to try to be more consistent this year on YouTube because I see that, you know, I've gone from just, you know, a few 5 followers to like 80 now, which is exciting. But yeah, I love you guys. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you guys next week.
I'm ready for war. Coming to town and I'm high on the rise in the city of gold. Fighting the tide with my feelings aside when it's 2 in the night. The fire in my heart's gonna keep me alive, and I'm ready for war.